clock.
Here's Nix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd and 5. Throwing Nix. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As I remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia, he was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Pat Surtain up to make the play. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And this a quick slant to Lockett. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll get this out to Genty. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Raider, first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
We're scoreless after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Geno going to hand it to Genty to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now Geno. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap for Smith. Under pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Smith. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack that moved him to third and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Las Vegas, first down. Here we go. First down, Las Vegas.
Smith going to try and run with it. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. If they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
Credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Following the fumble recovery, Nix. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Nix from the shotgun. And this is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Nix to the air. And that's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20. Here's Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He'll wind up getting two there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
But they pick it up on third and one on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
On first down, it's Genty, and he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. Out of the gun, Smith. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Alex Singleton making the play defensively.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
3rd and 14.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. To throw is Nix. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. People call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Ready.
The final shot before break. Nix. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That is incomplete. So all zeros at the half. Time for our halftime report. Here's our buddy Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hanson here on the 5th floor studios. You can't win if you can't score. That might be the message to the offenses at halftime. Both completely shut down as we are scoreless at the break. First touchdown wins, maybe even next field goal wins. Let's find out who could score the game's first points as we rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Well, these two offensive coordinators, they've likely been busy during the break. What can they do to generate some offense in the second half to come? So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Raiders.
Play action. It's Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Vegas, 1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game.
Perhaps that can give him a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here we go.
To throw is Smith. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Dante Thornton, 39 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Sheds off the tackle. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll go play action with Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On play action, here's Nix. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. The drive will start with an option going left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
3rd and 19.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that 1st touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 11. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Scoring has really been at a premium. And Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Smith. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for Las Vegas. 1st down.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock?
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Throwing is Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here They were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Broncos now down by 11, a minute 52 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Into the hands of Ingram. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now second down and a few inches.
It's second and inches at the 38-yard line.
Now it's Nix. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's brought down.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to the air with Nix. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Max Crosby in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So that last kickoff, just a mere formality, obviously, Charles, wrapping up a game that they should be very happy about in which they got the win.
Yeah, I thought they were clearly the better team by the end, and they earned this one with a terrific game plan and consistent effort throughout. Only fitting that they had the ball when the clock hit 0.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.